For a century and a half, there's been this one institution that's basically been the creative engine of an entire nation, shaping its art, its architecture, and its very identity. So today, we're going to dive into the incredible story of Pakistan's National College of Arts, or NCA, a true cultural powerhouse.
And really, it all kicks off with this incredible idea: strive for excellence to become beloved of the world. Now, this isn't just some catchy motto, it's pretty much the DNA of the whole institution. It speaks to something we can all relate to, right? The ambition to create work so good, so profound, that it just cuts across borders and connects with people everywhere. That's the bar NCA has set for 150 years.
So, you might be wondering, how does a place with this much history celebrate such a huge anniversary? Well, as you can probably guess, they're doing it in a way that's just as ambitious and creative as the college itself.
Let's just let that sink in for a second. 150 years. I mean, that's not just a number, right? That represents a whole journey through colonial times, the birth of a nation, and all the changes of the modern world. And through it all, this college has been this constant anchor, shaping the cultural identity of the region.
And to celebrate this huge milestone, they've kicked off something really special, the NCA Triennial. And listen, this isn't some small local thing. It's a massive international arts festival that's turning the campus into a global stage for creativity.
I mean, the scale of this thing is just mind-blowing. We're talking more than 200 artists, with people coming from the UK, China, Iran, you name it. It's a truly global conversation about art, and it's all centered around that powerful theme of striving for excellence.
But, this whole festival is about so much more than just awesome art. The Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Mortaza Jaffrey, put it perfectly. The real goal here is to foster peace and social development through artistic expression. So you see, this is art with a real purpose. It's about using creativity to make a positive change. That's the mission.
Okay, so to really get what NCA is all about today, we've got to rewind a bit and look at where it all started. Because the story of how it went from a colonial school to a national icon is just fascinating.
So, get this. NCA didn't even start as NCA. It began its life way back in 1876 as the Mayo School of Industrial Arts, which was set up by the British. It was actually part of the whole arts and crafts movement, which was all about trying to save traditional skills from being lost to factories. So right from day one, this school was about protecting and celebrating local art.
And the guy in charge? A pretty remarkable figure named John Lockwood Kipling. Not only was he a great artist and scholar who really set the school's foundation, but he also happened to be the father of a very famous writer. Yep, Rudyard Kipling, the author of The Jungle Book. Clearly, creativity just ran in that family.
In this timeline right here, it really tells an amazing story of transformation. You see it go from its colonial beginnings in 1876, then, boom, 1958, it's reborn as the National College of Arts, reflecting the hopes of a new, independent Pakistan. From there, it just kept growing, becoming a degree-awarding school, and finally, in 2011, a fully independent national institute. It's the story of a school truly stepping into its role as a cultural leader.
All right, so that's the backstory. That's the journey that got us here. But what's it actually like inside this incredible college right now? Let's take a peek at the vibrant, creative life happening there today.
Well, that whole journey has led to this simple fact. NCA is, hands down, the #1 art school in Pakistan. And that's not just because of its long history. It's about being the absolute best in creative education in the country today.
And a huge reason for that top spot is just the sheer variety of stuff they teach. You've got the classic pillars like fine arts and architecture, sitting right alongside super modern departments like film and television and multimedia art. What you get is this amazing ecosystem where all these different creative fields can mix, mash up, and inspire each other.
Okay, and this is where you really see the magic of NCA. It's like, on one hand, you have students carefully preserving these ancient traditions like calligraphy and miniature painting. And then on the other hand, you've got them totally pushing the limits of new tech with things like game design and VR. It's this deep respect for the past mixed with a totally fearless jump into the future. That's the NCA secret sauce.
And NCA's influence isn't just stuck in Lahore either. It's spreading out. They have campuses in Rawalpindi and way up in the mountains of Gilgit. And they've even got a new one in the works for the massive city of Karachi. It's all about making sure talented students from all over the country can get a world-class arts education.
But the real proof of a great school is in its graduates, right? And when it comes to producing cultural icons, NCA's record is, well, It's legendary.
Seriously, this is just a tiny sample of the cultural giants that came out of NCA. We're talking about architects like Nair Ali Dada, who have literally built Pakistan's modern skyline, or artists like Shazia Sikandar, who took traditional miniature painting and completely blew it up on the global stage for a new generation. I mean, look at the national awards these folks have won. It tells you everything you need to know about NCA's massive impact.
So, after all that, with a history this incredible, the big question is, what's next? How is NCA getting ready to shape the next 150 years of Pakistan's culture?
Well, their vision for the future is super clear. It's all about growth, innovation, and making a real impact. They're expanding to new cities, they're mixing the latest tech with preserving history, and they're getting students involved in big national digital projects. And at the heart of it all, that guiding star is still the same: using art to do some good in the world.
So it leaves you with this really powerful thought, doesn't it? For 150 years, this one college has been a huge part of defining a whole nation's cultural identity. Looking ahead, the real question is, what amazing things are we going to see next? What new stories are about to be told? The next generation of artists from NCA is already gearing up to show us, and honestly, I can't wait to see what they do.